Hi everyone, hope you're all right. Thanks for joining the live. So I've just seen some of the messages come in. I was a little bit late because not doing the lives the last couple of weeks. It's kind of thrown me a bit. But yeah, Ched, no worries, mate. Enjoy Weatherspoons. That's a good place to be. It's one of my favourite places. You all right, Paul, as well? You all right, mate? Thanks for everyone for joining in. All right, Mills Cleaning. Cheers, mate. So I'm just going to get some music on. Here we go. Right, hopefully we're all singing and dancing now. Just let us know if the audio or things are bad. I've just had a warning come up saying YouTube error, video maintain smooth streaming. Like I said in my post earlier, I think I'm going to have problems with the live stream today because we've had high winds since Friday. Late Friday, that is. Saturday was really bad. Today's been bad, but I was hoping it'd tail off a bit. So if things do not improve, let me know. It'll be just because of the wind. It's messing up with my internet. I mean, I was watching the Ipswich Town game over the internet today, and it was really hard because of the problems with the wind. So I was doing a lot of shouting and swearing and that. All right, Jordan, mate, you all right? Hi, Mark. Sorry, I welcome everyone else in a bit. Christopher, you all right, mate? Cheers. Thanks for the message earlier as well through on Discord. I'd missed it, so I was a bit late getting back to you. But yeah, it's been a good week this week so far. I've got through. The only day I couldn't work was Friday. The reason why I couldn't work Friday is it was raining. It was light rain in the morning, but it's forecast to be worse later on. Not too bad, but it was all day. But it was the wind was picking up. And by R3, we'd have had like 40 mile an hour gusts of wind. So I cancelled the days early in the morning. I just said to my wife, it's not worth us going out because we're going to get halfway through and it's going to go Pete Tong. And then Saturday I had work booked in, which I should have done last Saturday, which we couldn't do because I went and pulled a muscle in my leg through running because I'm becoming an old git. And then we've had to cancel them again this Saturday because of the high winds we've had. So what I've done, because I don't want to keep messing about by moving the work another week, I've shifted tomorrow's work across a day. So my normal window cleaning schedule's moved a day to put the Saturday's work on Monday, rather than I say do it next Saturday and then the weather goes wrong then as well. Right, my warning's coming off about the stream, so hopefully everything's going to go well. And yeah, so that's how it's been so far. And that's why I thought I'd talk about today is like preparing for winter. Winter is coming. It's like October. Autumn is definitely hitting here now, isn't it? The weather's going to change. What sort of things do you do to cope with it, basically? Because it does tend to dictate what we do. Oh no, Jordan, sorry. I'll just come round to the comments in a minute, mate. Sorry, I've just seen you've said you've had the flu. So you're behind and you've got to try and catch up. It's horrible, isn't it? I've always said to my wife, if we go a day behind, I'm not a day behind. I'm just a day late. That's it. I'm not going to catch up. Luckily, my customers, because I've had them for quite a few years now, they just know I will come round. Which is what I always tell people from the start. If I say every 4 weeks, I'll be there every 4 weeks. However, something goes wrong with my van, the weather goes wrong, it's going to make me late and I won't be there exactly 4 weeks. I'll be whatever days after, but I'll always text the evening before. And everyone's kind of got used to that because they know that's the way I work. And everyone's fine with that. It's just you get some customers who don't use like modern technology with your phones and things like that. They tend to write things on the calendar, don't they? And that's what runs their life. Yeah, and Paul's saying, can't believe we're almost back at winter time. I mean, isn't it the clocks go... Is it back or forward? I can't remember. Spring forward, yeah. So they're going to go back sometime this month as well. And before you know it, it's December, isn't it? So earlier on in the year, everything seemed to drag. Now we're getting to that point. It's going to be dark most of the time. But there is some plus points with winter, I suppose, which I can go into in a bit. So anyway, I'll just go into the comments and try and catch up with everyone. Until I haven't prepped this. Let's get that there. Excuse me. No worries, Chad, mate. Like I said, if you are watching, have a good time in Wetherspoons, mate. I love Wetherspoons. Don't know about you, but I know when I was in the mob, that is definitely a place where we'd meet up, is Wetherspoons. Get pretty tanked up in there for cheap before you hit the town. Great place. Yeah, Paul, we're all good, mate. Thanks. Sorry, everyone, again, for not doing the lives, but I've always had something coming up, and obviously my dad's not too good. I'm going to be seeing him next weekend, but I'm planning to see him on a Saturday rather than on a Sunday. So next week, the live should be good, weather depending. I'm sure he is, Paul. All right, Mills Cleaning, thanks for joining, mate. And you, Paul, like I said, Christopher, thanks for your message on Discord. Sorry it took me a while. I haven't been checking in Discord, basically, because of my fitness drive I'm on. It's taken up a lot of my time. You all right, Jordan, mate? Hope everything's going well for you. All right, Mark. And like you said, 4 days off with flu. I mean, that's a week, isn't it? You might as well take the 5th day off, to be honest, haven't you? If that was a Monday to Thursday, like. And like I said, mate, I'm just late. You can never catch up. But it just shows that you got to keep going, because you never know what's around the corner, do you? As long as you've got money in the bank to fall back on when things like this happen, it's kind of a relief in that respect, isn't it? Whereas I'm lucky, like when I had my heart problems and I couldn't work, my wife and kids jumped in the van and carried on working. But yeah, you're probably like me, Jordan. You don't get many colds, but when you get one, obviously it's a flu, but when you get one, it's a bloody good one. Yeah, winter time's coming. Hi, James. You all right, mate? The part-time window cleaner. Hi, mate. Love your content. Just started a channel myself. Oh, good. Well done. Just stick away at it, mate. The part-time window cleaner. Right. Everyone will have a look for your window, your channel, mate, for that, and I'll have a look after this. Oh, I'm not massive on the in terms of YouTube. Yeah, no, it's nice to be back on live as well, mate. But yeah, be interesting. There's so many different people who do this window cleaning for different reasons, isn't there? So there's no reason why people shouldn't follow you, if you get what I mean. I mean, I like watching the Uncleanables podcast, but they're sort of a lot of people in their Discord. They're guys who are trying to get many vans on the road and really scale up their business and expand, whereas I'm probably, well, it's just myself. But obviously I'm lucky. I work with my family. My son comes out working with me. My daughter used to, but my other son's been filling in a few days here and there. And then my wife does her bit to help as well, because it's too much for me to do on my own. So, like I say, we're all here for different reasons, but it's all window cleaning at the end of the day, isn't it? Paul's just saying, I have my RO running on a storage tank outside and no need to get it insulated as well as the hose. So I'll just reread that. Oh, and sorry, don't need to, and need to get it insulated as well as the hose. Yeah, I had my RO system, mate, bunged up outside when I first started. And then when I was asking questions, I found out, because of the problems, if the water freezes inside your RO membrane, it's going to expand it, crack it, break it, basically. So I knew I had to get that inside some form of shed. So I went and brought a shed, which was in a sale for about 100 quid. It was just small enough, actually, to fit my system in there. But the floor got rotten because of all the water leakage you have. And then I brought a big shed, so that holds my IBC tank in there. Originally I had my RO system outside in a very small shed, insulated that the best I could. And then I had the IBC tank outside. And that wasn't too bad, but it was going green, so I had to buy like a black, like massive bin bag, basically, that would go over it to stop the UV light and turning it all green, which is why I went and spent £1,000 on a big shed, so I could put my whole system in there, plus the IBC tank, with a bit of room for me. And that's what I've got. But yeah, it's going to be a worry, isn't it there, Paul, I think, for you there? But the good thing about coming up with these problems is you'll find a solution, as opposed to sometimes we find the solutions for a problem that really isn't there. Part-time window clean saying much appreciated. Just a bit of a light-hearted thing, so just giving it a go. Have a great weekend. No, mate, just do it honestly. Window cleaning can be a bit monotonous, boring, which is why it's good to have a good chat with your customers sometimes. I find that's a big help, but doing something like this is kind of like your company as well. So just throw yourself at it. A lot of people don't who say they will. And then just learn as you go. That's all I've done, mate. There's a lot of bigger and better people out there than me, you know what I mean? James saying I went to Spotless Water tonight and someone has smashed the screen to bits. It's only been a couple of weeks. Hopefully it's not someone who's a bit pissed off, had a bad day, and something's gone wrong with their system, so they've took it out on that. It's probably more likely some kids or something, isn't it? The thing I do like about Spotless Water is if you was to ring a number, someone answers it really quick. So I expect they need a phone call to be told about it, really. There you go, part-time window cleaner. Nice one, Mills Cleaning. Already subscribed. It's a nice one. Cheers. That'd be a good help for him there. If everyone else could do the same, I'm going to after this. Jamie saying, hello, sorry for the newbie question. Never be sorry for a question, mate. Jordan will back me up. It's a military thing. A silly question is one you never ask. So always ask, mate. You're saying with the hose that comes with a pole, what's the best way to connect a backpack? Do I need a separate hose? Just to try and answer your question quickly off the top of my head, Jamie, I'm guessing like the pole hose that comes with the pole, you want to connect that to a backpack. When you buy a backpack, it will come with some orange hose on it, or I think it gives you the options too. It's like a cheap hose, orange, 8 mils, I think. So you can choose what connector you want on the end of that. And then depending what the connector you choose to buy on the backpack will be depending what connection you need on your hose that comes with your pole, if that makes sense. So for me, for example, I like to use the slick connector from Exceed Innovations. So I picked an 8mm female, I think is what it's called, connector. I've put that on the end of the orange hose that comes with the gardener's backpack. That's the one I've got. And then I've obviously brought a 6mm version of the male slick connector from Exceed Innovations, and that then attaches itself to the female connector, and that's how I've got it set up when I use a gardener's backpack. I've got a 45-litre trolley as well, an X-Line one, and that comes with a hose that I've brought that attach onto there, and then I've used a slick connector, but because the hose is small, I've used a 6mm female slick connector. If you look on Exceed Innovations, you get a choice between 8 and 6mm. And that's basically the diameter of the hose you want to connect it to. But there's different connectors out there. You've got your Rectus 21s. So same sketch, you've got a choice between ones that fit 8mm hose or your 5-6mm hose. So it depends on the connection, mate. It's not a silly question. Everyone else here will probably help you out with their ways around it as well. In fact, Mark's got a good way that he's done something on one of his videos. Ask Mark. Yeah, he'll help you. There you go, part-time window cleaner. You got another one there. Cheers, guys. Thanks for the support there. Jordan's just saying as well, he's been watching some of your, or a lot of your videos basically, Mark, because you put a lot of videos out there. I do watch them. I don't get to comment on all of them because I'm on a bit of a fitness craze at the moment, probably getting old, but I was fed up with me pot belly coming on. So I've took up running. I try and go running in the mornings. Basically, my watch says, because it's a Garmin, it's only a Forerunner 55, so it's nothing too over the top. But it basically, if I haven't slept well, or I've done some stupid stuff during the day, it'll tell me to rest. If I've had a good night's sleep and it says my body's good enough to go for a run, it'll tell me to go for a run and suggests what sort of run I should do. So I've just been doing that on my watch. I've been doing that for about 5, it would be 6 weeks, but this week I've had to take a week off because last week I was out running. I think it was Sunday. It was a weekend anyway. I went and pulled my hamstring. So this week I've done no running whatsoever. But I was going up at 6 o'clock in the morning, out of the house by 15:15, going for a run to get back, throw breakfast down my grid, get out working, and then I'd come back. I'd take the dogs out for a 4-mile walk with my son or my daughter, because we've got 2 dogs. And then I'd have my tea before I do the walk. So the idea is I'd walk off my tea basically. So as soon as I get in, I then do some light weights with some dumbbells. Nothing too serious because I'm like 50 near enough. It's just been a long time since I've done anything like that, and I just like feeling how I used to be, feeling fairly fit. And yeah, I've lost 1/2 stone in a month, so that's been good. But my hamstring's gone and buggered me up. And then also I've been seeing my dad on weekends as well. But yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to get around. Is I haven't been able to watch as much YouTube videos as I normally would, because long after that's like I want to go to bed. Jamie San also saw a YouTube video about winter cleaning, and he said using screen wash to combat frost, talking about the cold. Yeah, I've seen a few people do that. Tradman, he uses screen wash because in his bucket for traditional winter cleaning. I wouldn't think about putting screen wash in a tank for water-fed pole. But as you're thinking about backpack, I guess, because you're maybe starting up, so you're thinking about putting screen wash in a backpack, for example, rather than like a big 500 litre tank. That may work. And I think some people put isopropyl or something like that. They put in their big tanks, but I think you need a good amount of it for it to be strong. So I don't tend to bother with that. I just thinking for winter, I do put a heater in my van overnight because I haven't got a hot water system which doesn't blow out hot air through the night when the temperature goes below a certain sort of like temperature. So I have a oil radiator heater that I put in the back of my van, basically just to stop it freezing over. If you look at people who do survival stuff, all you need is like basically is a candle in a small area. You light that, it's going to stop you freezing because it stops it dropping below freezing point, and that's basically what I'm trying to emulate with an oil radiator heater. It's only a small one, and they're quite energy efficient, and you can set the thermostat on them as well. So that's what I use basically, just to stop things freezing up inside my van, because if the water freezes in your pump, it's going to expand and damage my pump. So that's what I'm trying to protect more than anything else. But as a rule, most people say like when it gets to like -4, you shouldn't really be working anyway. However, we've all gone out working when it's -4 because there's different things that come into it really. Basically, if there's ice on the ground, it's not worth going out in your van, having an accident and writing your van off, is it? So if there's too much ice on the road, I don't even go out to work anyway. And if you did get to work, what you'll find is your hose laying on cold concrete will start to freeze up. The water's going to cool down, and then it's going on a cold window, and it just starts freezing on the glass, and you're basically just fighting it. And it depends how long the cold spell is, which we can talk more about as well. Which is why I thought, because winter's coming, what people do. Anyway, sorry, just going through the comments first. When I catch up, I'll go more and rabbit on about that. Mark's just saying to Jordan, thank you. I've got content scheduled. So you put your videos out Tuesdays and Fridays. So guys, there you go. He's just saying thanks. Nice, mate. I'll have a look as well for you after this. Yeah, like Jordan's saying, mate, it's stupid questions, one you never ask. I know when I was in, you guarantee, you might think it's a stupid question, but because you know your mates quite well, there's actually 3 of them probably sat there, and you know they're thinking it, but they're just too scared to say it. So I'm not scared to be the laughing idiot, because it's good for morale anyway. If you're having a bad day, just turn around, look at me. I'm having a worse one, but I've got a silly grin on my face. So yeah, I'll just ask it anyway. Even if I didn't need to, I just know someone else would be thinking it. And if I'm not sure, it'll just, eat away in my head. So I have to ask, because otherwise I won't take on the rest of the lesson, sort of thing. So yeah, there's never a silly question. Our Tower Pro Clean, all right, mate. Enjoying a beer and enjoying the live before being back at it tomorrow. 52 years young today. Oh, happy birthday, mate. I've had a few beers because I watched the Ipswich Town game against Norwich. It was Derby. I had some John Smith Smooths left over. I ran out of them, so I'm on the old red wine. So I've got a couple of glasses worth left of me red wine, really. And then I've just got to prep me meals for tomorrow. But happy birthday, mate. And like I say, 52 years young. Everyone learns from everyone's content, mate. And it's just nice to see sometimes how other people go about doing things. And it's nice to see as well when you think they do the similar to me. So it makes you feel better that way. You always learn off everyone, don't you? And that's why we always watch everyone. John's just saying happy birthday to you as well, mate. And keep it up with Mark. That's your YouTube videos. So you're quicker than me. The firefighter application, mate, I got to a certain stage and I didn't get past it. So that's that all finished anyway. So I'm definitely stuck on the old window cleaning. I just thought I'd have a go and see what happens and make the decision if I got to that point, if that makes sense. It's just hard being self-employed, isn't it? Because, I'm not paying in a pension. I ain't got enough money to pay into one. And I know I live with my in-laws. My mother-in-law wasn't very well and she was employed for a long time. She went self-employed for about a year before her illness hit. And basically she got no help after that because she was self-employed. Whereas if she'd been self-employed and then in the last year was employed, she would have got lots more help compared to naffle that she's getting now. So it kind of makes you think in that respect as well. So maybe as I get older, I'm going to have to get a normal job and not be self-employed because something could go wrong. But then again, your health is wealth, isn't it? It's definitely health instead of wealth, for sure. But yeah, I didn't get on there. And I know Christopher sent me a message through Discord as he's a retained, isn't it? Firefighter, part-time firefighter. I hate using that word part-time. But he was just explained to me he's doing a lot of work, spending lots of hours, like 16 hours out fighting the wildfires, and then got his window cleaning to try and deal with as well. And he's going to give me support because obviously the firefighting I was going to be for like full time. But yeah, it just shows you, innit, all the things people do just to clean a window. No worries, Jamie, mate. Always ask questions. There you go. Another happy birthday for you, mate. That's what I do. I just tell myself I'm 50 now. I'll be 50 in February, so same reason. Hi, Marcus, mate. Didn't think you're on tonight listening while in the gym. Oh, nice one, mate. Keep the good working going in the gym. You've got to look after yourself, basically, and on a Sunday as well. Thanks for listening in. James saying I'll subscribe to Part-Time Window Cleaner as well after the show. Oh, Mark's 52 in January, so you're saying you're 52 now as well. Jordan's just saying we think we should talk about the winter wear, like the best gloves, for example. You brought the Buffalo. Yeah, that is a game changer. We'll talk more about that as well. That's quite good because then if you do it before winter hits, you've got this time to start looking around for the best price or what kind of things you're going to lean towards what you like, rather than buying something, find out it's crap and then spending more money on something else. James saying, hi Rob, it was I didn't get the job, mate. I didn't get through a certain round of the sifting process they done, so that was the end of that one. Everything happens for a reason. You'll smash it if you fancy doing it again, but you're in a great position. Yeah, and your own boss. I don't know, does anyone watch something Another channel is called Dan the Cherry Picker Man. I like watching him. I've subscribed to his channel. He seems a really, really nice, down-to-earth guy as well. Obviously, he works using a cherry picker, but it's a very interesting channel. And he made, in his last video, he's like talking about how much money he makes and how much it costs for him to do his cherry picking. And it seems very similar to us doing window cleaning. Obviously, expenses are absolutely bigger. But it seems like us, you know, you're scraping through. But like he was saying with self-employed, there's bad things. It is stressful. You do a lot of work outside of work as well to keep things going, which you definitely do. But for him, he's saying he gets to feed his young daughter before he goes to work. Whereas if he was in a regular job, he might not be able to do that. So there's things like that where it's absolutely priceless, isn't it? But I suppose that's all the stressful side of things. As long as you've got something you look back on and it makes you think it's worthwhile, then it's all right. And it's when you go through them patches where it just seems stressful all the time. But that's the thing with being self-employed, isn't it? It's not as easy, but there's pros and cons. Like you say, your own boss. As long as there's enough money in the bank, you can take a sick day, if you get what I mean. But it's hard to earn that cushion, innit? So I just got another comment. Hi Ben, you alright mate? Yeah, I'm not too bad mate. It's just I haven't worked last Friday, or I was meant to work this Saturday as well. Couldn't work then because of the high winds. So I'm doing Saturday's work on Monday, which is what I've told everyone else in the stream. And you've probably heard me say it again before. Rather than make them wait another week, because I was supposed to do them a couple of Saturdays ago. So I'm not going to make them wait another 7 days. I've just shifted my work along, doing them on Monday. So hopefully Monday's an easier day than what it normally would be for me complete window cleaning. I can't remember off the top of my head without looking on Squeegee, but they're basically fascia softeners and gutters. I think one of them's a gutter clear as well. Oh no, I've got a gutter clear job. Teresa, my wife, just told me she's got to book it in on Squeegee, but that's been accepted for this Saturday where I'm going down to see my dad. But this is where it's good for me. Matthews said he'll drive the van. My other son David said he'll go out with him. They'll do the gutter clear job so I can go and see my dad. So that's working good as well. So good on them really, as Matthews not fully confident at driving, but he's confident enough to give it a go and to go out and do one job, if you get what I mean. So that's another plus of me working as a family really, because I'm not paying him what I should be doing. I can't. I'm in a sticky boat really. I need to get another van to expand it, but you all know that at the moment there's a lot of other things going on that's stopping me trying to go for another van. It's just a case of make do and get on with it. But anyway, going with what Jordan's saying, winter wear stuff. What do people use for gloves? I'll try and have a look at what I'm using. I've done different gloves over the time. Jesus, the gloves I use are in the vans. I can't even show you what they are. Let me try and have a look. Best, I'll just put something on the internet. I'll see what it suggests and see if it's got a picture. Because you get neoprene and stuff like that. I think they only really work. Like when they're wet, but you're still going to be fairly cold, which means you're going to be wet as well. All right, Nelly. Thanks for joining, mate. Hope you're better than what you have been. No, sorry, I've just seen some gloves in it, but they're not the ones I use. They look like it. I forgot what they're blinking called. Another sign I'm getting old. The old brain don't work. Yeah, I've seen the comments coming in. Argans, Skytech Argans. I did use them when I first started. Sealskin, they're gloves that I used to use, and you could get feet as well. Feet, socks. But Jesus Christ, do you think I can find the ones I want to find? Here we go. Right, I'm clicking on something, but it's not coming up with a website. Right, what I'll do is I'll just go to some comments, try and keep up. I found the gloves now that I wanted to move on. So I just comment, thanks for joining, Nelly. Hope you're doing all right. And the 3D printing. And has anyone else on the stream actually got the pole holders from Nelly, or the protector stuff, the Rectus protectors? If so, put a shout out in the comments for him. So yeah, Jordan San used the Skytech Argans. They're pretty decent. I'll try and find them up now, actually. They're like my first gloves that I ever used for window cleaning in winter. What it was there's a guy I worked with, and his missus ran a hardware store, and then he said all the tradesmen were coming in buying these particular gloves. So that's how I got the Skytech Argan one. So that was a good recommendation. So excuse me, got a golly there. Got a Bob Fleming. Skytech Argan waterproof thermal gloves. And these are a very good price. Most people are size 9. In the military anyway. And as you can see here, it's saying £5.24p. You're probably going to have your postage on top of that as well, but that's a decent price, and they will last the year as well. And they do a good job of keeping your hands warm and waterproof. I think the only bit that isn't is this bit on the back here. They're good hard wearing, but what I did find is between the thumbs and the finger here is where I started to get a hole worn in there. But for the price, Jesus, even if they were just that a month, it'd be good, wouldn't it, for what they are? They are good gloves for the price. So Jordan there has come out with a really good recommendation. So I would second that as well. And I used them for a couple of years, so I've moved on to some other gloves. Christopher's just saying he's been using these sealskin ones. So let's have a look on there for them. So I was going to their website, but yeah, so these are the sealskin gloves. They're different from when I first used them. I used them when I was in the mob. Everyone used sealskin when they come out because you could buy Gore-Tex socks as well as these Gore-Tex gloves. They're really tight fitting on your hands, very tight fitting, and they are good at keeping them waterproof. But like everything, once it's wet, when it's cold, your hands get cold, if you get what I mean. So that's the only drawback, but that's with any glove that I found with the sealskins. They are £50 though, and these have probably improved tenfold from when I got them decades ago. But I did use them a lot when they came out, and you can get them in different colours, so you can look like a goalkeeper. And so blue, yellow and black. But that's another good shout. Like I said, tightly fitted, and they've got these little bobbly bits on here to help you grip as well. And this is on the Sealskin website. So to be fair, you could probably get these at a cheaper price on other websites or looking on Amazon, or if they come up on the Black Friday deals, that sort of thing. And like I said, they also do, they haven't got them here, but they do, or should do, because they did, going back when I used them, Gore-Tex socks as well. So if you haven't got waterproof footwear, that might be worth a shout as well. But to be fair, I used to use them, so if my boots were soaking wet, this is when I was a soldier, and my socks are soaked, I'd put the Gore-Tex socks on then, just to give me feet a break while they're trying to dry all these socks out, and then I'll swap them back round. I wouldn't wear them all the time because Jordan would tell you run around like an idiot basically, so you just end up sweating too much if you're wearing all this stuff. Tower Pluking saying the blue ones with fleece lining, yeah, they're the ones I've got, which I'll show you. I'll just show you now, sorry. There's so many gloves that look like this. I was trying to find the right name. I can't even pronounce it here. SHOWA, is it Showa? Thermes 282 water resistant thermal grip gloves. On the outside there's some type of lining, so if you're reeling in your hoses, make sure you've got a cloth in your hand, so that's taking the friction of the hose while you're reeling in, as opposed to a glove, because otherwise it's going to wear away that film it's got over the top, if that makes sense. And you can get chemical versions of these. I don't know if I've got the pictures, but inside they are lined, so you've got a long big cuff down here that can go inside your waterproof jacket, or on the outside, depending on what floats your boat. And inside they are thermal lined, so when they are cold and it's wet, they do help keep your hands warm. And they are good. And then, like I do, I think with whatever gloves you got, I always take the gloves off when I get back in the van, and we put them on the dashboard above the heater, because we're going to have the heaters on, because there's 2, sometimes 3 of us working in my van, so you're getting all damp and your screen just gets all misted up. So I've always got the heaters on, and we try and warm our gloves up between cleans basically, so they feel warm when you put them back on your gloves before you get out when it's at its worst. So that's another tip, and that would be whatever gloves you got. But yeah, they're the ones I've been using the last couple of years, and I do like them. But as you can see, the difference is they're £20, 74p, plus your post and packaging, and then them Skytech Argan ones, like a £5. And so, you know what I mean, these are 4 times as much, so maybe the Skytech Argan ones could be good for you to start out with and try, and then when they're not worth it, or they've gone through their best, you can afford to buy another pair. They should last you at least 3 months. Should at least last you a winter anyway. So I think they're definitely are a good glove as well, but I do like these. I find these are quite good on my hands for dexterity as well. But everyone's a bit different, aren't they? So I'll just go back to the comments. Marcus just saying about how's my dad. Thanks for asking, mate. It's not too bad. He's just not well, basically, and I don't think it's going to get any better. It just is what it is. He's 76. He's had diabetes for like 52 years. Done really well with that. But he's got a lot of other problems coming in. He's got problems with his breathing through asbestos. So there's lots of issues that are coming in why he's not well, which in turn plays up with his diabetes. So it's quite complicated. So yeah. Thanks for asking though, Marcus, mate. Jordan's just saying feet, yeah. Honestly, there's dyslexic, and I'm probably orally dyslexic. That's what my mates used to say. A Skytech Argan versions. All right, Adorman to cleaning. Cheers, mate. I'll have a look at them. So Skytech Argan. Is it going to be the same glove? Ah, okay, thermal gloves. Yeah, no, it is the same glove I was showing before. So I've just typed in Skytech Argon R Plus version maybe. So Marcus saying Wonder Grip. So I just accept that. So yeah, you got different types of gloves on here. So I take it these orange ones here where it says Thermo Plus waterproof winter work gloves, and they're £5 12B. So they're going to be similar to them Skytech Argon gloves then, I would say. And then obviously you got different types of gloves for different things as well, I suppose. But these particular ones here, it does say touch screen, so if you're working with your mobile phone, that'll be handy. So that's a good shout, Marcus. Jordan's just saying in the comments, don't press the wrong button. Cuffs get wet as well. That's my only issue, but they're warm with these Skytech Argon ones, yeah. To be honest, mate, whatever gloves you wear, you know, once water gets on your body, it's like, I don't know, has anyone ever heard of, like, you can get waterproof gaiters? So they kind of like cover your boot and above the boot line and slightly up your trousers to say below the knee. So what they do is try and stop the water getting in your boot. However, when you've, say, got wet legs, because the water, it just soaks through your trousers onto your skin and runs down your skin inside your trousers behind the gaiters, which then run into your boot, into your socks, and you end up with wet feet anyway when it's that wet. No matter what you're wearing, you're going to get wet. So the gaiters tend to be a bit of a laugh, like. But yeah, it is annoying, isn't it? I suppose if it's raining that much, you might as well just say I can't work, because everything gets so wet, doesn't it? I mean, it's not just your kit, your hands and that, it's you getting in and out of the van. I mean, the waterproof jacket I've got is 16 quid from a TikTok shop. Brought that as a better than nothing sort of thing, but it is not waterproof. I need to go out and get myself an old Berghaus waterproof jacket for hill whinging like I used to have. They are good, but I do think when there's enough rain and that, it's just going to come through. It runs down, finds a way in anyway, doesn't it? Sorry, just going back to the comments if I press the wrong button. Jordan saying you SEAL skins in the army, didn't like them. Yeah, they were kind of like good or better than nothing, but it's a bit hard when you're soldiering. I think whatever you got, it's not 100% like your Gary Gore-Tex. It is good for stagging on with. It's probably good for getting out of your wet kit and maybe putting on to stay dry, but when you're in an environment where you're going to be wet, you're better off just being wet when you're soldiering, that is. But in certain situations it's good, and like when you're running around with this kit on, you sweat inside anyway and get wet, so it's hard. And I think window cleaning's similar, because you are jumping out your van, you're out in it. And if it's on all day, you're going to get pretty soaked within the first couple of hours, aren't you? Like I said, you seat your van, it's just, sometimes you just got to think, do you know what, it's not worth it. But it's down to your bank balance at the end of the day. If you need to, you've got to, haven't you? No worries, Jordan, mate. Jamie's saying I work in construction at the moment and we use Proganda waterproof thermal winterwork gloves. They are cheap and awesome. I think everyone likes the sound of that. Let's have a look at them. Proganda. Hopefully I said that right. So I missed a letter. Waterproof winterwork gloves. Just bear with me. I'm just going to click the first one. It's come up with some, but rather than going to a website, I've gone to Amazon. So this is Jamie's recommendation. £9 on Amazon. You probably find them cheaper somewhere else as well, orange or blue. £9 for one. So there we go. Look like elasticated round here, so tight fit, so ergonomic, giving you dexterity. Yeah, and you got all that for lots of grip as well. So yeah, again, even if you just got them every couple of months, or they just last you one winter for the price, it's probably worth it. I'm not sure if they're fleece lined or anything like that. Does it mention it? Jamie will probably let you know, but like I say, he works in construction, so you're out in it all the time as well, aren't you? Working. So that's got to be a good recommendation there. Mills Cleaning saying, I use waterproof socks. They're great for winter and wet jobs. I'm not too bad because the boots I wear, they're not Scruffs, but they're similar to what you'd get off Scruffs. My wife got them from somewhere for me. It's 60 quid. And they're waterproof and steel toe caps, and they're not too bad actually. But once the water's on your legs and runs in, you're just going to get wet whatever you're wearing. Jordan's saying, find those blue shower ones too bulky. I think they're slightly overrated. Quite controversial. I don't think they're that warm. They do, mate. Jordan, if you remember the old CBRN or MBC gloves, the black outer gloves, they are similar to that. I've often wondered if you can got any old mates that are still in there, if they can get you some MBC gloves, inner and outer gloves, you'll be away. Whenever I put my gloves on, that's what it always reminds me of. Dawn saying, apology, Skytech Argan Extra. Okay, let's have a look for them then. Let's have a look. Sorry. Right, again, I've just clicked onto a website, first one, all right, and it's eBay, so you probably could find them cheaper elsewhere if you're looking around. So these are the ones that Dawn's just saying, so I'm just catching up with the comments. So Skytech Argan Extra, water repellent, thermal, insulated safety work gloves, stroke gardening. There, I got all this on the outside as well to help you grip. Tight cuffs and not too long as well around the wrists. Size 9's good old size 9. And fleece lining as well. Pearls liquid. Good grip. Yeah, they look good. And they're almost £15 each. Like I said, you could probably find them maybe cheaper elsewhere. So that's a good shout. Fishing waterproofs. I haven't been fishing for bloody ages. Decades. I used to love fishing. It's always good, isn't it, if you've got a hobby where you invest in good kit, but you can use that kit for not everyday life, but like your window cleaning in bad weather or walking the dogs. So it's not just for a specific job sort of thing. It's always handy like that as well, isn't it? Definitely makes you get most for your money. Again, this is just on their website I'm looking at. So vast, never heard of them before. So you've got lots of different jackets. I suppose it's going to be different types, different price points, but they're going to be solid, aren't they? Let's just look at the first one. So it looks like it's got a pocket here at the front as well. They look decent. Can't see the price. Let's click buy online anyway. Like I said, there's going to be different jackets which come at different. Look at that. That's reduced from £115.98 at the moment to £81.19p direct off them themselves. Wow. And you know, if you're fishing, you're going to be sat in the rain all flaming day as well if you're on the riverbank, that sort of thing. That's a good shout, mate. Thanks for that. I'll have a look at them myself. Do look quite smart. Yes, mate. Oh, so I've just seen Jordan's comments making me laugh. Do you remember the green contact gloves that you get issued? That was the first thing I thought of saying when I saw the sealskin gloves, to be honest. They are just like contact gloves, but a bit thicker to be waterproofed. Yeah, and I remember everyone loved it. Right, these were green gloves that you put on your hand with black knobbly bits on the palm of your hands and all up the fingers and the thumbs. And they're really tight fitting as well. And it was part of a new kitting out when it became what's called CS95. So we all got issued with all this kit and you thought, wow, these gloves are awesome. But like anything, once they're wet, you just go bare hands. Basically, just use your gloves when you're somewhere where you can be warm and keep yourself warm. And when you're in the shit, just keep yourself shit, basically. And but the contact gloves were funny, and it used to wear them all the time to start with. And then what you find is, did you find, Jordan, you ended up with like fingerless versions of contact gloves because they just frayed off at the ends, and then ended up thinking that was the best way to use them. I used to be honest, use the contact gloves a lot when I played goalkeeper on my squadron in 5-a-side games. They were good for that. Definitely wouldn't come off, but yeah, I remember them. That's honestly what I thought when I saw the sealskin gloves to try and describe them. I didn't mind them for goalkeeping, put it that way. The Pro-Gander ones were the orange ones on Amazon, recommended, and they're fleece lined. Nice one. Cheers, Jamie. So yeah, it's good choice of gloves coming off people there for everyone to look at, really, isn't it? It's getting that time of year where we got to think ahead because it will come in, and it is horrible and it's worse as you get older when your hands are flipping numb and hurting because it's that cold. It's just horrible. Dawn's just saying I've added a 100-litre tank for extra water, but also as a hot water tank for the winter to start the day. Oh, so you've got your normal tank in your van window cleaning, and you've got a separate 100-litre tank, is that right? And you're going to use that as hot water for the winter at the start of the day, just to get it through the colder part of the morning till it warms up a bit. Right, I'm with you. And then also as just an extra 100 litres of water if you need it in your van. It's not a bad idea, mate. Because that is something I'll talk about as the winter, is sometimes because your bank balance is telling you got to work but the weather's really cold, you've got to somehow at some point find a way of working way through it. And well, I might as well talk about it now quickly, is basically if you like got a cold spell for say 2 weeks and you need to work because you haven't got that much money saved in the bank, or you got other stuff over the hill that's coming up, like your MOT for your van coming, that sort of thing, and you're fearing the worst. So I'm going to have a bit of this wine. Is what I found is it's all right taking a couple of days off. When you get more, you're suddenly like, can't do this. So what I'd said to my wife sometimes is wait till 9, 10 o'clock. Go out and work till around 2 o'clock. And that's it. And then what I've got done of that day gets ticked off. And then the following day, I just do the rest of that round. Doing the same time, like say 9 or 10 till about 2. Because it starts to get too cold again in the when it's really bad. So you kind of like muddling your way through rather than taking a whole day off and a whole day off. Just a way of trying to get some money in. And also as well, you probably look at your customers and go, the ones that pay you straight away, you're definitely going to go and clean when it's a bit tight. The ones that have a habit of making you wait for the money, you're like, well, they can wait because this is survival sort of like mode. So yeah, that's another way to get through these tricky moments, which will happen. I've certainly done them. You're going to get a pet shower to fill hot water just as an experiment. So that's how you're going to get the hot water and the extra tank. Mate, it's the only way you do these things is have a go, isn't it? And then even if it didn't work, if you got pets, there's going to be a shower for them, you know what I mean? So it's not going to be a waste, is it? And if it's all you got, you just find a way. To be honest, where there's a will, there's a way. And you do what you got to do. Oh, the contact gloves, yeah, dreadful. Think they're the reason I got Reynards. They were colder than not wearing the gloves, yeah. It's what I found with gloves in hands. It's just, we used to get chewed out by instructors to say, show me your hands, because if your gloves wet, you end up looking like your hand's been in a bath all night. And that's what they said. You got to let your skin breathe. So just take the gloves off and get wet. And then the moments where you're somewhere where you can be dry and it's cold, then put your nice warm gloves on and keep them stored in your Bergen sort of thing, dry for them occasions, because once your gloves are wet, they're useless. They were dreadful, weren't they? Here's one for Jordan. Do you remember the issued long johns? Imagine them all soaking wet. It'd be like a woolen jumper, you know what I mean? Hanging right down. Is that an X-Line add-on tank? Is that a thing? If so, I'm looking for one. Can someone help clarify this? I think I know what you're on about, Jordan. Sorry, just bear with me. Because what I've seen on some of their socials and posts is you get an X tank and they have a white tank that sits on top, and that's your buffer tank for if you're doing pressure washing. And I had thought about using that as an extra bit of water myself, because it's not taking up too much room inside my van, so to speak. I can't remember what sizes they are. I wouldn't even know where to look. Would it be under pressure washing? Excuse me. So my internet is really poor. It has taken a while to show up. Sorry, John. I'm honestly, I'm trying to look on for pictures of it. I think I know what you mean. Right, I may just have to look at the van mounted systems. X tanks. I do know exactly what you mean. It's got like a separate frame, so it bolts on top of the frame that holds their tank, and then it holds this. Like I said, it's a white tank. I can't remember if it's 150 litres, and they're using it as a buffer tank, ideally for pressure washing. But I know some vans, they have it set up so you've got a switch, so you can have it just so it's a buffer tank, or you could then move the switch so you can fill it up and the water then feeds into your main tank as well. So my internet is so slow. Here we go. So I'm just going to try and move this. Hopefully you can see. This is my screen's in the way. So yeah, here we are. Here's the X-Line tank here. And there's lines here, so it all gets bolted in with this frame. And then you'll see here, they've got another frame that bolts on top. And in that sets the X tank add-on, dirty water, 155 litre tank for pressure washer and soft washing. I do believe they can use a connection from here, so it can then also feed into your main tank. So basically you can use it, like it's saying, for soft washing with chemicals in it, or for your pressure washing as your buffer tank, rather than using a wheelie bin. But then you can have it set up so that you just move a lever, and then this basically is an extension of your main tank underneath, whatever size you've got. I do believe that's how it's been set up for some people. So I know exactly what you're on about there, Jordan. It's something I'd thought of if I was going to go down pressure washing, but to be honest, I'm just going to stick with the windows, because it's just I'm too busy. If you stuck pressure washer in and try and do windows at the same time, it wouldn't work for me. Unless I got my kids to go out, do the window cleaning, and then I was doing, say, the pressure washing out of a separate van. But Yeah. Oh, sorry. Wrong button. Dawn Window Clean saying, try to do things on the cheap. So an ordinary 100 litre tank costs about 90 quid. It's still a 100 litre tank at the end of the day, isn't it? And the pet shower is 40 quid. So for 140 quid, you're going to have like hot water to try and get you through the winter. Totally get what you're saying there, mate. Hey, you all right, Ted? I think everyone will be surprised to see you. And if you're in Wetherspoons, that's an all right job, isn't it? But thanks for joining in, buddy. Just thinking about water, gloves, anything that'll help. Like Jordan's mentioned about getting a buffalo. I think me and him might be the only people that use it. Hi, Kev, mate. No worries, mate. If you want cheap warm gloves, buy a pair of woolly gloves from the pound shop. Yeah. And then basically put a pair of latex gloves underneath. Or, sorry, over the top. Right, I've got you. Keep your hands toasty. I have heard of people doing similar things like that. I like the gloves I'm using because I can basically take them on and off quickly. They are, I agree with Jordan, a bit on the bulky side. But for me, I can still work in them, but I can take them on and off quick, whereas I've used other gloves and they're just a bit harder to take off, if that makes sense. Oh, see, yeah, Dawn's just saying with 100 litre tank and that is basically a DIY version, but much cheaper than the X-Line one, yeah, because the X-Line one's 513 quid for a 155 litre tank, whereas yours was 100 quid. Ah, so you just had some food, mate. Nice one. It's nice to get out, isn't it? You can't beat a Wetherspoons, mate. They do some good deals in there. And if you've got a large family like me, they're definitely going Wetherspoons. Oh. But yeah, right, I'll just try and get a buffalo on here because Jordan's mentioned it and I live in mine. In winter, that is. I'm going to put buffalo and it's going to say buffalo as in the animal. Right, I've just clicked it's just gone straight to Amazon. Can't remember where I got mine from. So there's different types of buffalo jackets out there, okay? You get ones where you've got a zip from top to bottom. I think they're called belays. I've got a buffalo special shirt 6 or special 6 shirt. And mine was 234 quid when I got mine. They were cheaper than that when I first bought one, and I've got a black one. They come in different colours, but these things, Jordan will tell you, they're absolutely awesome. They're quite snug. I haven't got any more pictures on here, so actually I will back out of this. I'll go on their actual website and see if we've got better pictures. See, 282 quid from there, and like you said, it's 207 from Argos. Amazon. Jesus. Right, I ain't got pictures to me, so I'll try and describe it the best I can, all right? You've got a pocket across here, and that's just inside this bit here, so it's like for putting maps and things in, so it's just small stuff. You've got a zip pocket, a zip here with a storm flap over the top. That's so you can like do the top part of your hoodie. Obviously it only goes down to there, so it allows you to vent off. You've got a bit of Velcro. This bit here goes around your neck. It's really snug. It can feel like you're wearing a tie if you have it too tight. You've got Velcro wrists on the bottom there. The back on the jacket is a bit longer than what it is at the front, so it'll cover your arse. And then from your armpit down to the side there is some zips, and you've got 2 zips on here because basically you can have it so it's undone from the bottom all the way to the top. That's how, in order, because you have to pull it on over your head. So I have this zip undone. Used to have both of these undone, but I found out you can have one side done up just one side undone, so it's nice and quick to put on, one zip to pull down. Either side here, where I'm trying to show you with the cursor, there is 2 zips, and you can put your hands, and it's one big long pocket, so you can basically put your hands and cross your hands inside your jacket, and there's a little strap in there so you can adjust it for your waist as well. And it's nice and warm in there just to put your bare hands in as well. It's really good. But also with the say there's 2 zips, you can also do a zip from the top down to the bottom. So the jacket is still done up, but what it does is it's basically creating a vent on the side, vents on here for your body to cool down. So a lot of people wear this for hill whinging. It's great in shit weather. Even though it's wet, it will keep you warm. This Pertex lining on the outside is windproof. It is fleeced on the inside. It is incredibly warm. And I would not wear this for hill whinging because I would just sweat my ass off. When I first got introduced to these and people say wear it and walk up the hill, they're wearing theirs. I had to take mine off. It's too fucking hot. And it is really, really good. So even in shite weather, it is designed to be worn next to your skin as well. But obviously I don't, and I have mine slightly size bigger because my belly fluctuates a lot at my age. I put weight on and lose weight. But I know most people when they buy these, you want it's really tight, so it's like a shirt, skin tight. That's how it's designed to be worn, but I don't. I wear it as a warm layer. But it is absolutely gorgeous. It will last you like fucking 10 years. It's hard wearing. I swear by it. It's definitely worth. It's a lot of money, but it is definitely worth it. And I've only owned 2 in my life. So, and the first one I bought, I had it for 10 years. I just realised I needed a new one because I was putting it on. I could see daylight through it, and that's why I wasn't as warm as what I used to be wearing it. So, but they are really, really good things. I know some people use them for Mark, like Mark, who likes using his bike, going out bike riding. Really good for that as well. So I've just seen some of the comments saying like hill whinging. Hill whinging is, in the military we do a lot of like adventure training, and I don't know if Jordan done it. A lot of people get to do like skiing, downhill skiing on the piss all day. But when you're a soldier, you end up just doing hill walking. Put a nice backpack on your back and walk up and down hills around Wales, which we do this anyway. So we call it hill whinging because you moan a lot. But yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. That's what I like using anyway. So I'm just going to catch up on there. Oh, for Weatherspoons, 2 of us are less than 18 quid. Jordan, no, I haven't tried the 35cm X-Line brush. So I take it, do you use it so it can be loud on the frame? So you're using a Gardner bumper on it, but still makes a racket. I've got the 26cm ones. I have thought I would like to use the 35cm one, but I'm happy with the 26cm one. I think the 35 one will just be that little bit heavier. I just definitely, some houses it would work good on because the windows are big. But I'm happy with my 26-inch one because they don't, like I said, X-Line don't do the brush protect bumper on it. So that's the main reason why I haven't. But it's handy to know the Gardner one. Excuse me, got the hiccups. Fits that. And also because I've got my tube holders in my van close to each other. I think if I had a 35cm brush, it'll be affecting me next pole along. Whereas the 26cm ones are fine and a bit lighter. Because some of the houses I do, like I say, I'm using a 35-foot pole to reach the windows. But I have thought about using like so I'm just being careful not to overtop my glass with the last bit of wine. Matt's been using, hasn't he, the ultimate 26cm brush from Gardner, and that's something I'd thought of using before. But to be honest, I'm happy with what I'm using. It's just heavier than the other brushes. So I take he's making a racket when the actual brush is banging against the sides of the concrete of the house, that sort of thing. Because you can imagine what it's like for someone inside, especially for sleeping off nights, saying clonk, clonk. Ted's just saying, pet shower 40 quid. What did I miss? This sounds interesting. Oh, you've probably answered it. Yeah, Ched, you've probably seen Dawn's on about, he's got his tank, but he's got an 100-litre tank that he's fitting inside his van as well. And he's using a pet shower, which I don't know exactly what that means, but he's saying for £40, the pet shower is going to put warm water into his 100-litre tank. So in the winter, for the first couple of hours of the day, I suppose, where it's the coldest, he's got some water. It's going to be warmer than normal for him to use. And also, it's just another way of carrying spare water in the tank outside of winter, if that makes sense. But yeah, it'd be interesting to know what this pet shower is. Could you stick a link in there, Dawn? Oh, Jordan's saying you got the Special 6 for 110 quid. Wow, best Spawn jacket I've ever used. What a bargain that is, mate. Yeah, Special 6 Buffalo jacket. It is absolutely brilliant. I love mine. Like I say, I just wear it in and out on the piss. Not that I do that anymore. If I'm nipping out for a pint when I'm taking a dog for a walk, I'll be wearing it. And definitely to work in. You just put it on all day and you're solid. And sometimes if it's a light shower, I just wear that rather than my waterproof jacket as well, because your body warmth dries these jackets out really fast. And when you wash them, you can't put them in the tumble dry. You just put them on the washing line because the wind will dry these quick. I mean, they're absolutely brilliant. And you see guys like in a harbour area with them underneath the jackets, their field jacket, and you can see the field jacket just drying out because the body warmth that's inside this buffalo jacket is coming through. So it allows you to breathe. They are really, really good. And I love them. There's a guy I cleaned, he's ex-Met Police. And when I was cleaning, he looked at me a bit funny and he's like, "Are you ex-forces by any chance?" And I laughed and said, "Yeah, why is that?" And he said, "It's just not many people wear buffalo unless they're old like me and you." And he was in the Met Police and he said they use buffalo jackets all the time. So we had a good laugh at that one. Mills Windy Clean saying I've got the 35cm clone brush with rinse bar, or is that DuPont? And can't say it's loud, especially not compared to the Gardner fan jets. Yeah, they are loud, those fan jets. Yeah, Jordan's just saying he means like banging the frames, or you know when the windows are sunk into the brickwork of the house so the brush can tap like the side of a brick. Yeah, so it's not the jets. I'm guessing it's a bit harder to control because of the size of it and the extra weight. Pet shower's a mini electric shower designed for outside. Haven't tried it yet. Not sure it's man enough. Just needed to provide 100 litres per day. Like I said, you're never going to know unless you try it, are you? And it will probably come in handy for something else. Even if it's a case of you getting enough work with freezing cold hands and you can just run them under the pet shower to warm your hands up. Yeah, like I said, hill whinging, it's like hill walking, but we're moaning about it because that's what we do as a job anyway. And we end up, we've got adventure training this week, and you're like, yeah, brilliant, what we're doing. It's like hill whinging. Like, great. Yeah, so it's loud. Been using the edge brushes from DA. They're amazing. Highly recommend them. Yeah, Nelly absolutely recommends these. He says they're really good as well, Jordan. But the rinse just isn't as good as the X-Line brush. But there's not much in it then, really, is there? Ah, you got it off eBay. Right, got you. But good mint condition, that is a bonus price. Plus, with these Buffalo jackets, you can send them off to the actual Buffalo website for repairs. So, because zips were worn out, and they'll take them out and put a new zip in for you and stuff like that. So, there's good aftercare. But it's definitely, it's the best warm layer I've ever brought. I brought it because lads had them when I was in, because it was that long ago doing Cambrian patrol. So I thought I'm bloody buying one. And compared to the issued stuff, it was like streets ahead. And like I said, it lasted me 10 years. So despite other things coming in and other trends, nah, it's Buffalo all the way. Oh, okay. So is it used for like grooming dogs then? Because it's just come up with PetJet. £5 off shower. Here we go. Right, this is interesting. So I've just looked up Like a Dawn saying PetJet. It's come up straight to the PetJet website and you can see what it's for. Grooming dogs. So premium dog and horse showers. Buy one, get one, 50% off. So there's different ones here. Can't see the one for 40 quid. That's just the soap gun. Doubt it's that one. Is that the right website, is it, Jordan? Sorry, Jordan. Dawn. PetJet. Yeah, just go into the comments again. Just the socks I need now. Feet get hammered. Any recommendations? Apart from sealskin. Yeah, I used to get wet feet quite a lot. My wife did when she first started coming out in the windows with me, and I used to laugh at her because she's shorter than me, so she stands closer to the window, so her toes are pretty much underneath all the water dripping off the window sills, and then she just learned to stand back a bit more. But there are times you're working in confined spaces and you can't get away from that. So you do need some good footwear. So, but it's like you, isn't it, Jordan? If you get Gore-Tex stuff, you probably find, yes, it might be waterproof footwear, but your feet sweat because they're not breathing. Whereas we get the good old leather stuff, your feet are used to that and they're breathing. I know the boots I've got are not. They're not Gore-Tex lined, but they've got something on there that makes them a bit waterproof. But I'm generally not too bad in it. I'll have to find out where my wife got them from. So has anyone got any recommendations apart from sealskin socks or footwear for Jordan for winter, for getting wet? The Dawn's just saying yes, it's PetJet, but not the one I have got. So we're close, but I can't find. Wonder if I click under dog showers, because horse showers would be a bit too big, wouldn't they? Can't see anything that's 40 quid. So you've got this one, X-Demo Portable Warm Shower Mini 3 kilowatt plug-in. Reduced from £119 to £29. Plug into a socket, connect any hose and enjoy warm water from any outdoor top. X-Demo, tried and tested, should be £119, just £29. Connects to a UK socket, comes with a plug, 25 degrees Celsius, optimal. Do not order if you're thinking high pressure and high heat. But it might be enough, like I say, just to get over them initial bits in the morning. Chesney's saying, I hate it when cleaning, standing next to a step and your foot's under the lip of the step and then the water runs off onto your feet. Yeah. Like I said, there's just sometimes you just can't get away from it because the area you're working in is a bit tight. Sorry, I missed it. Got the LA Sportive boots. They're really good. A lot of SF blokes wear them, so they must be good. Yeah, they must be. Just need a better sock. So these are, they're probably not the ones you're on about, Jordan, but they're the make anyway, LA Sportive, and then it's obviously it's got a different type. There's probably so many different versions of it. £206. These are from Amazon, by the way, so you probably find them somewhere else better. Gore-Tex membrane. Yeah, they've got to be dead comfy. And like you're saying, if the SF lads are using that, they're probably getting issued them as well, aren't they? So they're not paying for it, but to be issued to them, they've got to be good as well. Sandwich bags you wrap around your socks. I saw Matthew wears wellies, which I laugh at, but he's got dry feet. He just can't walk fast. So Dunlop Puri Fort. Right, there's different types of these Dunlop. It's got a different name. Puro Fort. However, what caught my eye said men's safety boots, and they're thermo, so these are going to be lined. And probably have a steel toe cap as well. The only thing I find with welly boots is that you've got this big hole here, and I'm just worried the water's going to run down your trousers into here and just down inside anyway. Just depends how bad the rain is. But then again, like I said, you can have your trousers over the top, over the outside, couldn't you? But yeah, Matthew's got some wellies, and that's what he uses when it's chucking it down with rain or in the winter as well. Because his ones, I think, have got a bit of thermal lining in there. He's happy with them anyway. And me being me, I don't care what you look like. As long as you're comfy, who cares what you look like? You know what I mean? You're the one who's smiling and happy. Marcus saying second-hand pair of Timberland boots. Oh, God, that's a blast from the past, them. Right, there you go, Jordan. Timberland is another tried and tested make, I suppose. Like Buffalo. These look quite decent as well, so not high up like type boots unless they're what you're after. They look solid and comfy, don't they? High-rise hiking shoes, 111 quid. Leather. But are these waterproof? That's the thing. It does say mesh lining enhances breathability, keeping the feet cool and dry. It depends on lightweight comfort, improves ventilation. So rather than being full Gore-Tex, it's probably the best of both worlds. So you're not sweating, but it's allowing your feet to breathe, but it's keeping them dry to a certain degree as well. That's a good shout, mate. So Dawn's just saying, have I got that right? Hard Yaka. Boots with steel toe cap. He's not them ones there. Oh, what's going on here? Have you got a link of you, mate? Guess it's something like this. Footwear, sorry. be under safety boots. Right, so I probably can't find the ones you've mentioned on there, but that's their website anyway. Another one's coming in is Ched's just saying no risk boots, leather, and they're 45 quid and can add some dubbing to keep them waterproof. I used to use dubbing on me issued boots that everyone thought I was mad for wearing. No risk. Right, this is their website anyway, for no risk. Can't find the ones for 45 quid, but I know if I click this, it's going to be like a can of worms. It's going to be like tons. However, it's something to go and have a look on the website, isn't it? And I suppose if you want ones with certain colours to go with your branding as well, it could be worth a shout. These are the waterproof ones anyway, so about 110 quid seems to be the maximum price anyway. This might be up your street there, Jordan. Perfect for hiking, trekking, or any outdoor adventure. Deal with slippery conditions, rough terrain. Kevlar midsole, Vibram sole. Yeah, so similar to military boots there. All-weather boot thanks to its Aquatech membrane. So it's not Gore-Tex, but it's going to be waterproof. Well, it says water repellent anyway. And the membrane is 100% waterproof. There we go. So the membrane inside it. So it's not a bad shout there. Obviously it's not the ones at 45 quid that Ched's using. John's just saying LA Sportive TX5. Right, let's find them. So the first website come up was Amazon, but I went for this one because of price. It was $188.99. It's cheaper than what it was on. But they got limited sizes. But you probably find them elsewhere at other prices, obviously. They do look quite a good profile for your feet, if that makes sense. So not too big and bulky. It says lightweight, breathable, waterproof, Gore-Tex. Right, with you. Like saying the SF lads are using them. And they're out in all sorts of shit weather, aren't they? It's not the boots. My feet are dry. They're just cold, right? So I need some warm socks, right? Got you. Sorry, mate. I was off track there. What make you laugh, Jordan, is I've still got some Arctic socks from the days of CS95. You know, them white socks, and they're quite thick and they're nicely like woolen inside. So because I use them for hill whinging, tabbing. I had to go for selection myself, but obviously I didn't pass that. But I used them for that because they were like the best I could get for free hill walking socks through the system. So I got the Arctic socks. I still use them. And when I left, I luckily got a load as well. And I've even, some of my favourite socks are the socks you got issued for like going to the desert, like when you went to Afghan. Those socks, they're kind of like in the middle. They're good for winter, good for summer. So my feet don't overheat in them. They're quite good. So I'm okay with them, to be honest. I tell you what might be good, mate, is go to Sports Direct. Because I have used them before. So computer's asking me all sorts of things now. Has it got a filter? Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to find Carrymore. Yeah, the reason why I've done that is I've just recently bought some like shoes. They're not quite boots, but they're for what you use trekking in, and they are waterproof, and they cost me 45 quid. So I'm using them to walk the dogs, and when my work boots wear out, I'm going to have a go at wearing them. And if I don't get on with it, not wasting money, I've got them for dogs, and I'll go back to getting some boots. But Carrymore do some hill walking socks, and I know some of the top lads that I used to know who were quite into all their fizz and doing this and doing that and volunteering for certain things used Carrymore socks, or KSBs as boots, and they also used the Carrymore socks. I'm trying to find a pair. I forgot what they're called, because I was looking at when I was trying on my footwear, and I was looking at their socks, but I thought I'll wait till me surplus military ones have completely got holes in them and knackered. I will then go into, but knowing me, I'd go for heavyweight ones. Let's have a look at these. I was just looking at them because the price caught my eye. Reduced from 12 quid to 6, or you can buy 2 packs for £9.50, and it looks like, I'm guessing you get 3 pairs. Yes, they're ladies. Whoops, typical me. So a filter, it says men's then. Here we go. Same sock, but this time for men's. They might be like in between summer and winter. I'm guessing they're going to be a bit smaller and a bit thinner. But obviously, with your Reynards, you get it in your feet as well as your hands, mate. Then you want some heavy duty ones, I suppose. Yeah, these are the ones that caught my eye. These are heavyweight ones, so I'm guessing they're going to be nice and thick. $7.99, or buy 2 for 13 quid, but I'm wondering if you just get 1 pair of socks. But I'm guessing these socks are going to be a thicker material. So maybe Sports Direct, mate, are a good shout for that. Sorry, Marcus just saying no search, 100% waterproof Timberlands. I got mine for about 50 quid. They're 130 new, and you got them so like new, so that's a bargain there. Yeah, good old Timberland. Jamie's saying for boots, I recommend Jack, is it Pike? So I just have a look. Okay, Hunters. So I'm just catching up in the chat. That's me being a bit slow. Again, I've just clicked a link, so you could probably get these elsewhere, maybe at a cheaper price. always flash up this stuff, doesn't it? It could be worse. Could be someone else flashing up. So yeah, they look quite high ankle jobs. These are the Hunter ones, right? Sorry, yeah. So these are Hunter. And this is off, what website's this? Oh, it's Holland's Country Clothing. So you probably, like I said, you could probably get it cheaper somewhere else. Key features. The membrane, which is waterproof and breathable. Speed lace system. Full grain leather. Nice. So a good variety of boots coming off people there, really. And hard yakka slip-on boots. Ah, right, okay. No toe cap for lightness, but sturdy enough to protect it. I'm with you, because a lot of the pictures on there, they look like they're almost like slip-on ones. And they got the little bits where you can put your finger in to take them on and off, I saw. No risk Armstrong, just search, not manufacturers. No. Oh, right, yeah, I got you. Is it 45 quid? Sorry, Chat, I'm looking, but it's not coming up with the ones. I think you said it was £45, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so I can't find the ones for £45, but I can definitely see them cheaper than what I was looking at before. But like I say, not off their main website. All right, Robert, mate. Mine are Mammut. I can't even say that last one. Sapion. Mammut Sapion. Again, I've just clicked a link, so there's probably different versions, different ones. This has just gone to Amazon, so they look like this. Hiking boots. Basically, everyone's getting like boots for hill walking, hiking, hill whinging, whatever you want to call it. So outdoor, because they tend to be built for that specific environment and purpose. God, what are they called? Oh, I've forgotten the boots I used to love wearing in the military. A lot of my mates used to go buy them as well, because we're not far from where the factory was. Oh, my memory. I've often thought about them. It's gone. Jordan's saying about the socks. Brilliant pair. Can't find anything like them with the white ones we got issued. Oh, the issued Artex socks, you means, mate. The cold weather ones, yeah. They are brilliant. I would lean over and get them out of a drawer, but because I've got my ear and I'm hooked up on the computer, I'd drag everything off with me. But yeah, I've got a few pairs of them left from when I left. I mean, I've had them. They're brilliant. Like I said, I used them when I was doing my training up and down the hills. I absolutely loved them, just for the cushioning on my feet. Oh, so the Reynards on your feet as well as your hands. Yeah, it's the extremities, isn't it? I mean, no worries, Jordan, mate. Have a good week, mate. I got taught by lads saying you need to keep your extremities warm, because your blood's going to go from your cold hands in towards your core. So to keep your core warm, you need to keep your extremities warm, basically. That's all right, Jed. That's still a bloody good price, mate. No worries, Dawn. But yeah, so it seems to be then the main theme here for winter is people want to find a good pair of gloves, some footwear, and some socks that keep you warm. Hats, another thing as well, isn't it? God, I wouldn't even know what to call. So I just seen Kev's comment come in. I said, thanks for doing your lives, Rob. This job makes you feel like you're going mad sometimes and you help keep us sane. It's not just me, it's everyone on here as well, isn't it? We're all no doubt talking about the same things that whirl round our heads when you're just on your own window cleaning and thinking, is there a better way? Although we all like a job, don't get me wrong. It's just hard work, isn't it? It's just to clean a window. Oh, what was I going to talk about? Hats. Yes, don't forget your snood, your head essential, because they say about 10% of your body heat comes through your head. So by wearing a nice warm hat makes a big difference. Oh, I can't even think of the name. Is it Alpine? Yeah, got it. Got there in the end. Right, this is a hat I've got, and believe it or not, it's 20 bloody years old, the one I've got, but it is literally this. So you got a little peak. I can't zoom in. These bits here do fold up, but they also fold down and cover your ears. You've got a loop here, so if you wanted to put a bit of string here with some kind of little toggle on there to tighten and loosen it, it's adjustable bar on the back. It's a waterproof on the outside and it's fleece lined on the inside. And like I said, mine is 20 years old and it still works. It just looks 20 years old as well. So my kids laugh at me, but like I said, I don't care how silly I look. It keeps my head warm even when it's wet and cold outside. So that's what I have in the bad weather at its worst anyway. And it is probably way gone its best. And that's like 20 quid, so that's less than what I thought it might be actually. Because I know it was expensive when I brought it, but it's nice and tight on your head as well. So in windy conditions, it's not going to fly off your head neither. I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. Yes. Does this is good as well. Stops the water. It runs down onto my jacket, so I love this. It's better than wearing, I find using a hat is better than wearing a hood, because when you've got a hood over and you turn your head moves, but the hood stays here, so it gets in the way. And a lot of these jackets you buy nowadays are quite slim fitting, so everything folds up small into your day sack. So when you put a hood on it, you find it really tight fitting as well. So it's a bit restrictive, whereas I find a hat for me is much better. But that's just me. Marcus saying I wear a military thermal top by Pentagon underneath my outer layers. A bit pricey, but it's a great investment. I've got some thermal layers, thermal trousers, a thermal top for if I was to go running in the colder weather, and when it's been at its worst, I've worn them underneath my work gear as well. So yeah, you're right. The buffalo trousers you can buy, buffalo jacket, you can buy the same version for buffalo trousers as well, but I'd probably be too hot in them. Just get a giant waterproof onesie with your business logo all over it. I had thought about Celopettes, like for skiing. Similar to like waders for fishing, that sort of thing. But I've got a pair of waterproof trousers. I brought Donkeys. I mean, again, they're like 20 years old. Berghaus waterproof trousers. And I put them over the top of my trousers. They're all right. They're just a bit tighter on me now than they used to be. I only use them when it's really bad. What I find is with a waterproof jacket, your water can run on your jacket, it runs down your back, but then you find your arse on your trousers is absolutely soaking wet because you haven't got waterproof trousers on. So your bottom half gets soaked because it's mainly running off your jacket. So when it is a steady drizzle but all day and I'm got to work because the bank tells me to, which will happen, I will go full waterproof, so a jacket on, my Gore-Tex trousers, and I just lock in that. And because it's Gore-Tex, I find I can overheat, so I don't have too many layers in underneath. But when it's been really bad, I've got them thermals. And you can always get changed in the back of your van if you had to, can't you? Mark is just saying 3 Buffalo window cleaners going round the outside, Oh. I met a Navy guy as well. He come out and said, "You ex-service?" Because I was wearing my Buffalo, and I went, "Oh yeah, how can you tell?" And he said, "Buffalo, no one wears them these days unless you're old like me and you." So we started having a laugh. But I love my Buffalo jacket. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I suppose the other thing is like prepping your van. Okay, sorry, just in a comment come in. Jamie's just asking, how would you go about cleaning gaiters, well, your fascia softens and gutters with a backpack? This is good actually, mate, because what you can do is, obviously, if that's all you've got is a backpack and that's what you're working from, you can fill that from the customer's outside tap with water to save you using your pure water out of, I take it, your 25 litre barrels in your car or your van. And you can fill it straight up out of the tap. And then you can move that round with you whilst you've got your pole with enough hose to extend so you can reach all the face stops and gutters and just clean it with the customer's tap water. And obviously just use your pure water when you're cleaning the windows. That will save your pure water in your van, your tank or car, 25 litre barrels, or however it is you're using it. If you look at Mark, who's on here, look on his channel, mate. He's got a system set up. So he basically has got like a stopcock or float that's fitted inside his backpack, so it will not overfill. So basically, he can have it constantly filling up from the customer's tap water whilst he's working. Won't overfill because of the stopcock. And it means he doesn't have to keep stopping to go and refill up the backpack to then take it round somewhere else. He just connects a big long hose to the backpack and moves the backpack round with him. Look on his channel, mate. He's got that. That's what he does. And that's really good as well, I think. Kev saying I only use a backpack for all my work. I don't do many gutters, soffits and fascia cleans, but I don't have a problem. I don't use strong chemicals or anything else, so it's easy to rinse through. Right, so if you do use a chemical, it's nothing that's too strong or very strong dilution rate. And what I found as well is I used to just use water. Obviously used to use pure water because my son can do the front, I can do the back. It's just easy that way. But if I'm really, because I have just worked off a backpack before for fascia softs and gutters to save water, or using me X-Line 45 litre trolley sometimes. If there's me, Matthew, it was Sophie or my other son David working together, 2 people would just clean the windows using my tank and the 2-man setup, and then I would use the X-Line 45 litre trolley, or if I only had a backpack I'd use that with water to clean the fascia softs and gutters, if that makes sense. It's just a way of us all doubling up basically to get through the job as quick as we can. But yeah, if I had a backpack to do them, I would use the customer's water. And what I'll do is just brush and spray water along one side of the house that I'm working on. Let that soak in and then start scrubbing, and you'll find the green stuff will come off easier without perhaps having to rely on using a chemical, because it's trying to get the chemical on and off, and there's a lot of faffing about sometimes. So if you just use water only and no chemicals, I would pre-soak everything, and then while you're working on one area, you can soak quickly again the next one, so when you come to it, the stuff will come off easier as well. And it's just trial and error, mate, to be honest. But the good thing is you're using the customer's tap water. It's just a pain to keep going around filling up. But if you look on Mark's website, like I said, he's got a way where he can just attach the customer's home straight to his backpack. He's constantly filling it up because he's got like a cut-off valve in there. It will stop, so it won't overfill, if that makes sense. No worries, mate. It's what everyone on here is for. Kev's just saying I did a gutters, soffits and fascia clean on the park home last week. Only needed 18 litres of water. Nice one. Plus a little bit of Virasol, then dried off with a towel on your Maker handy sleeve. Yeah, that's a good call there. Virasol's very good. I've used that before. I've used it to clean insides of conservatories as well, because that stuff cuts through nicotine. I've just used it in a spray bottle on with some cloths and rags and just got it off that way. But yeah, that's really good stuff as well. Then you've got Ubix. That's another good safe option to use. Or like I said, just soak it with water, mate. Like I said, 18 litres of water. Nice one. And that's a good tip Kev's coming out with there as well. Sometimes, like when me and Matthew are cleaning them, you're doing these soffits, you've got the grills, the little vents, and what you find is the water goes in. It's really dirty in there, so the dirty water runs out, and then it either runs away from the house or towards the house, and then it'll form like a blob, a drip, which is going to be quite dark because of the dirty water. And the more you keep going over it, the more water you're actually putting inside, and you're just repeating the same problem. So what I tend to do is we just clean them, let the little dirty blobs form there, and then like Kev's saying, you can go along and dry them off with a cloth. So the Maker handy sleeve is brilliant. I haven't got one, so it's like Velcro. You can put your micro towel on there or whatever rag you want to use, and then you can use that just to dry up those areas. So let it semi-dry, not dry out completely, and then you'll be able to wipe along. Don't push up too hard, because what you find is any water that's inside the soffits will just start running out the grill again. So just be light in what you're doing and sort of like dry it off there. So don't do it straight away, let it semi-dry, if that makes sense. If you haven't got a Maker sleeve, some kind of grip thing, plastic grip tool from Unger, is it called Flexi Grip? That's what I've got. Or worst case scenario, just put a cloth over your brush and try and do it that way. I've done that before, but you'll find it will keep falling off your brush. So the Maker handy sleeve will probably come in really handy for that anyway. Plus it'll double up for your trad work if you need to. So that's a good shout. So has anyone got any other questions to do with the winter that's going to be coming ahead? Or how's your work been like this week? Like I said, I lost work Fridays, raining. It wasn't too bad, but I knew it was going to get worse, and the wind got up, and we've had obviously a bad weekend over the weekend. But it looks like next week should be all right. But it's, no, I say, just made me think of winter that's coming round. Won't be long, so we've got the bad weather. But the plus side I find is with winter, your talkers stay inside, so you don't get too many interruptions through the day. And also the windows will be easier to clean. It's like spider mating season, so it's meant to be September, October, so you're talking November. But I think late November through December, January into February, I find the best for me at cleaning windows, because you've got the lack of daylight, you're trying to beat that. But you find with the wind and the rain, the windows are cleaner than what they are in the summer, if that makes sense, and the lack of insects and pollen. So everything's quicker and easier to clean as well. So that kind of goes in your favour. So Marcus saying either use a maker and a cloth on a pole or a dry flocked brush. Good for getting those drips. Yeah, that's another good one. And Marcus is saying I got a face your soffit video scheduled for the 21st using your backpack connected to a customer's tap. So they are, Jamie. I know Mark's got a video out there showing it, but stand by for this one as well. So it will show it on there. James is saying I need to knuckle down this week. Forecasts look good. Have a good week. Yeah, I'm going to try and knuckle down this week as well. It's early in the month, isn't it? You want to get enough money in the bank so you know if things go a bit peak-tong towards the end of the month, you ain't got to worry about it. But it's when it's the other way around at the start of the month, you worry how the rest of the month's going to go, don't you? But you've got to think at the end of the day, we've all been doing this for a while and we're still here, so you can get through it. It's just how it is, isn't it? I suppose it's what makes it fun in a way. Right, I'm going to call it a night, everyone. Thanks for joining in, watching us. Really appreciate you turning up. Thanks for that. And yeah, if you've got any questions you want to ask, just stick them in the comments below. I'll always try and come back to you to help, or ping me an email, whatever. I'll always try and help you all out. And obviously everyone here helps each other out anyway. No worries, James, mate. Thank you. And just remember, a silly question is one you never answer, to be honest. So I hope everyone has a safe week and gets a week's worth of work out the way and done. Tick them off to at least the last week of the month. And hopefully everyone's a bit safe then. So, yeah, stay safe. Look after yourselves. No worries, Kev, mate. Best to you as well. Cheers, Marcus. And yeah, have a good week on the grass, and I'll catch you next week because I'm seeing my dad Saturday, so I should be able to do the live on Sunday, weather depending. Yeah, I hope everyone has a dry week. Cheers, Chad. Right, everyone take